Hi everybody. Many of you there may not recognize me, but if your parents or grandparents were attending the University of Pittsburgh in the early to mid-90s, they might. My name is Michael Hartnett, and I was a student, a theater major, at the University of Pittsburgh from 1991 to 1995. And it was during those years that I was a frequent audience member and sometimes participant at Friday night improvs. Unfortunately, I can't be there with you, and I'm joining you via satellite from my home in Las Vegas, Nevada, with this little guy. Because of work and parenting and some vague wording in Megan's Law, I can't be there in person. But I'm taking care of this guy, who I recently learned due to a taping of the Maury Povich show, is my son, Michael Christian. I was a student, as I said, acting in a play, when some of my castmates, names like Christopher Pataki or David White, you can Google those, told me about Friday night improvs. Well, I was hooked. Not so much because of the shaving cream, but because I thought this was just a really, really cool way to spend a Friday night. I started going every week, and finally I got the nerve to get up during freeze. Well, my life changed forever, and I know there's a lot of people that will say Friday night improvs changed their life, but I can honestly say that it did mine. When I moved to Las Vegas, that's me right there performing with the Second City here in Las Vegas. That's a picture of me. And I also got a job performing at Star Trek The Experience, a local attraction, where I was a Borg. So I can really honestly say that Friday night improvs changed my life. I performed with Comedy Sports Philadelphia, performed with troops here in town in Las Vegas, and I still to this day teach and improvise. My main job, however, is what we're working on right now. Despite my complete lack of any accounting skills or even basic math, I now work as the accountant and business manager for the rock band Kiss. All right. That's better. Part of the terms of my contract with the band Kiss is that I have to wear this at all times. We fully expect this guy to need therapy. Well, happy anniversary, FNI. Happy 20 years, and hopefully there'll be 20 more. And maybe someday we'll be able to come out and celebrate with you. But for now, I better get back to work.
The year was 1989. The place, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Confluence of three rivers, city of steel, city of bridges, a city on the edge of forever. The University of Pittsburgh. It was here among these hallowed halls of academia that a sea of turmoil began to stir. A rift was forming between those who had something to do on Friday nights and those tragic, helpless few who did not.
There's nothing to do on Friday nights. Pitt student, 1989.
Hope seemed hopeless until one day, Jeff DeVincent, an immigrant theater arts major, gathered 6 of his fellow friends together in an effort to stop the tide of mundane madness. Jeff, along with his friends Derek Walton, Jerry Scott, Patty Miles, Rachel Rosinski, Edith Keeler, and Johnny Jangler, formed the Late Night Club, a group dedicated to learning the arcane arts of improvisational performance. The club met on Friday nights to learn and practice the art of improv. But little did the Late Night Club know they were starting a revolution. Each Friday night, more and more people were attending this underground workshop. The attendance doubled, then tripled, and soon people could be heard asking the misformed query.
Friday night improvs?
My name is Regina Connolly, and I began attending FNI in 2002. I first came to FNI because I got a flyer in my freshman welcome packet, and I think it took me about a year before I got up on stage regularly, and by the time I left FNI, I was the traffic director for Freeze, calling Nib or Come On In, I think for the past 2 years or so. One of the favorite scenes I've ever seen was there was a period of time when John Feitner was playing poets almost every week, and each character getting progressively funnier. And the two that stand out as my favorite is when he did a poet's character as the loneliest lamp, and the second one was when he did the surrealist, and he at some point walked up to the studio wall and delivered his entire poem to the wall with his back to the audience, and it's still one of the funniest things I've ever seen. As for any words of advice, I would say if you're in the audience and you're hesitant, get up on stage, and if you're still hesitant, it's okay to wait, don't be too hard on yourself, and particularly ladies, please get up on stage. I've been lucky to see some of the funniest women I know, Abby, Liz, Elena, do some really hilarious things, and it would always be nice to have more women on stage. And I wish I could be there with all of you guys. Happy birthday, FNI. Cheers.
What had started as a small group of friends had blossomed into a full-fledged theater show. But unlike anything else of its kind, Jeff wanted his show to be by the people and for the people. What would set Friday Night Improvs apart from anything that came before it was the singular idea that anyone from the audience was welcome to perform. However, weakened from giving birth to his new and terrible thing, Jeff had soon passed his hosting duties to a young artisan, Chris Pataki. Pataki begat Leiby, who begat Stein, who begat Mayer. There was much begatting. But regardless of who was hosting, the true strength of Friday Night Improvs was its audience. People of every age, from every walk of life, and every corner of the globe, came not just to see, but to participate. Friday Night Improvs became the place where anyone with the courage to raise their hand could become a star.
Happy anniversary, Friday Night Improvs. I'm Sue Galloway. I'm Christine Egg. I was there from 1993 to 1997. And I was there for a good part of 2005, 2006. And we're in New York now. We live in New York and we know each other. Is it weird? Is that weird?
Look, what do you want me to say? FNI has been performing for 20 years. That's more than 800 shows. Tens of thousands of people have been a part of our audience. FNI has hosted 5 improvathon 24-hour marathon shows and raised thousands and thousands of dollars for charity. Look, if it will help me to say it in my movie voice, in a world where failure is not okay, one improv show stands alone.
Hi everybody, this is Chick Lively. I'm FNI host number 3 coming to you from beyond the grave, also known as Brigantine, New Jersey. I hosted Friday Night Improvs for 2 years, from I guess summer of 94 through summer of 96, something like that. I followed Chris Pataki and then turned over the reins to Lou Stein, who promptly dumped it in Ben's lap for 10 years. And I guess the thing that I'm proudest of from when I hosted, or it was also my fondest memory, were the 2 improvathons. The first 2, which happened the 2 years that I was running Friday Night Improvs. We raised a lot of money for a good cause, and we had a lot of fun, and we were very tired when it was all said and done. But that's probably the thing that I'm most proud of from my tenure at FNI. I'm really excited to be coming back to Pittsburgh. I'll be there in a couple of weeks, so by the time this airs, I should be watching myself, which is usually not a pleasant experience. See you all there.
As we look to the future, we see a world where there are flying cars, man-machine cyborgs wage a horrific war on humanity, and where Friday Night Improvs is still performing every Friday night. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday Night Improvs!